joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zaretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America. Came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina. How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there. Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan.
Hey Ryan, salute Top Shots.
And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eveline. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her that never said anything like her. So sorry. Thank you very much. She's a great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't given a chance.
He does not give a shit.
His wonderful mother,
He'll just say
named
anything.
Melody, who I spoke to the same night,
But he's America's hero.
the doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, "No, no, Mr.
Not my
President,
hero, that's for
he's
sure.
going to make it. I've never seen anything like it.
Trump, I mean.
He was given almost no chance. She said, "I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay." This was the conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. "Everybody is praying," she said. "Sir, he will be okay." The doctors didn't understand what she was saying, and after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
You can tell it's all an act. Look at these people that come here to the State of the Union and they want to get recognition. You can tell it's all an act. Look at their faces on how they act. Just like him, he's not too fond of Trump. You can tell, but she's like, "Oh, come on, baby, just come on. Let's pretend we're happy." You know what I mean? These people are fake.
I said, "Where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met." With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Nice. Congratulations. I was stupid. I should have put it on freaking landscape instead of horizontal. I was stupid when I set this up, man. I don't know if I can change it quick or not. I should have put it on landscape
We
mode.
love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't that funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear
I should have
war.
set up on my
35 million
laptop.
people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Look at his hands.
And I also want to thank the man they report to.
He looks like an
Secretary
alien.
of State Marco Rubio. Thank you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes. But he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
So what? What did he do? A good secretary? I highly doubt that. What did he accomplish? What did he accomplish so far since you've been in term?
Under the ceasefire I negotiated,
I don't see nothing accomplished.
living and dead has been.
All I see is things getting worse, that's all. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen.
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead are those parents who had a dead son, their boy. They'd always tell me their boy. They wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. They came back, and well, we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them. But I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough. But we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14, 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel. And they dug, and they dug, and they dug. It's a tough thing to do. Going through bodies all over. Passing up.
Why does he have to be so dramatic when explaining certain things that happen in the world, you know, like with Israel and them? He has to be so dramatic all the time. But that's what makes him arrogant. He doesn't give a shit what he says. He just comes out and says it, whether it makes him look arrogant or not. And that he's losing popularity by doing that. He's dumb. He's a piece of crap. He only cares about his inner circle. He only cares about himself, his inner party, his inner cabinet. I don't even think he cares about them. But every time he explains something like soldiers dying or this happening or that happening, he has to be so dramatic every time.
As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never.
And that's why he sounds like an asshole most of the time.
Wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hour. It had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism, death, and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. And he was the father of the roadside bomb. just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protests. 32,000 protesters.
Come on, double tap that screen. Double tap it.
They shot them.
I know there's more than one of you in here.
Stop them from hanging a lot.
Come out the bushes. I know it says 1, but come on.
Serious violence.
I see it dropping down to 0, going up to 1, dropping down to 0, going to 19, dropping down to 0.
And our bases overseas.
They're playing with my numbers right now. They are playing with my numbers right now.
After midnight hammer.
We caught them in real time doing it. Yep, look. Come on, double tap that screen. What do you want to change? What do you want him to change of what's going on in the country? What change are you looking for? See if I can put a poll up.
We haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference. My preference is to solve this problem through. But one thing is certain, I will never
What the
allow
hell,
those
dude?
who want
Sorry about that. I dropped you guys.
my phone to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
I don't know, dude.
And no nation
I'm gonna get on my
should
computer.
have
Fuck
American
this.
We have the most powerful.
Let's get on my computer.